at this kid acting all innocent. Look how big his eyes are. You was in the sink, wasn't ya? Huh? Was you in the sink? You ain't supposed to be in the sink. You're supposed to be in there. He said, yes. Me. I'll let it slide this time. Don't let it happen again. Okay? You watch him. You watch over him. So you will have to excuse me while I run to the bank and get some money. Just a little bit, not a lot. So this vehicle that I got, my winning bid was $650. That being said, all fees out the door price was $919. And you are just gonna have to forgive my drone footage because I am a beginner. That was my first time recording. I had to do it twice, but it's just a tad bit windy and it's raining. So I'm sure that really affected how it flew. I'll get better as I use it. We'll get that perfect cinematic views and all that other crap, but I gotta mess with settings and I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Till I was done looking at all the cars, I'll tell you what all I had on my radar that I was planning on bidding on. One was the Mini Cooper that you saw. Another one was a Volkswagen Beetle. It was a 6-speed, 1.8T. It was deer damage, but it was like very minimal. It like needed a headlight. That was it. I was looking at that. The Veloster and a Sonata, the black Sonata SE. I was looking at that. Comes down to it, I'll leave you with 3 because at the end, after watching all the cars go, I wish I would have bid on the Veloster Turbo. Kind of missed my old Veloster, and that one was very nice, and it had the panoramic sunroof, but mine didn't, and it fired right up and sounded just like mine. That one had 94,000, mine had 17,000 on it when I got rid of it. It ended up at the end going for $1,550, and it was an approval bid, so no telling whether it's actually going to go or if it went for that price, or I almost guarantee you they're going to ask for more. I probably would have went upwards to $2,400 on that car. It was nice. It was clean. I could scrape the stickers off the back. That was no big deal. But I'll leave you with those 3 cars that I looked at, and I will let you know when I get there. I'm gonna go in here and eat first, and in hopes that the rain will slow down a little bit, because I was looking at the radar and I think the rain is gonna taper off. So I'm gonna stop and eat. If it tapers off, then I can get some drone footage while I'm there. But did you hear that? That was one of those fast Chevy Cavaliers. Sure enough, the rain has almost subsided, so I should be able to get some footage on it. Sweet! It's a little bit windy out here, guys, so I'm gonna attempt to fly. I hope I don't wreck this thing. First time me filming with it. I do have to say, I first got in this and I wanted to pop the hood, and I'm over here caressing this dash like a prom date, trying to figure out where it is. There, on the passenger side. It must not have converted them here in America. So that's on the passenger side. And then come out here, and the hood release is over here on the driver's side. And here it is, the little mini motor. It's cute. Damage, inner fender well. Front bumper a little bit. We might fix this. We're missing, well, the headlights busted, the hood. We're gonna try to fix it. It's double walled, but we'll try. We'll see what we can do. Neat little car. Good tires all the way around. 108,000 miles on this bugger. She's just a clicking away. Looks like a valve cover gasket, at least on this side of the engine. We might have to do that. I'm going to see when these things need service. I have no knowledge of these at all whatsoever. We are out of coolant. Thankfully, our temperature gauge is stable, so I don't know, if it leaked out, if there's a crack in the bottle or what. There's his brother. There's his brother. Well, here's to hoping that all my drone stuff's okay. If you didn't notice, it's soaking wet. It rained while I was flying it, and that's why it's wet. But I don't even have to put my truck in tow mode. It's like there's nothing back there. I am cold. I am wet. I am miserable, and I am still excited and happy. Why is that? Because I got another project. I wish I could have videoed it. I asked them to drive this thing out whenever I got there, and they drove it out. And they had a new loader operator there. I've never seen him before, but he's a big dude. He's tall. He's really tall. And he brought it out to me, and he couldn't get out of it. He had to. What did he do? He turned towards the passenger side and got his head out, and then lifted himself up out of the car. I was like, wow. Look like clown car. I fit in it just fine. All right, so this one, we're not gonna buy a lot of parts for this thing, to tell you the truth. We do need to buy this window trim here. All the pins are still in there, so we'll buy that. The wheels are powder coated white to match the roof and the mirrors, which is pretty sweet. If you ask me, I think it actually looks good. The hood, we're going to do body work on it, and the bumper, we're going to do body work on it. The bumper, we're going to plastic weld and fiberglass putty this part back together, and this is just a tow hook thing that came out. The chrome is missing right here, so I may... Oh, that piece is actually kind of snapped, so yeah, there's a tab busted on that. So I'll probably have to glue that in, or, well, I'm gonna have to plastic weld it first so it'll stay together, and then glue it on there. And then chrome piece, headlight, we're gonna hammer this hood out, because I think we can get that hood pretty dang close. Got good lines to go off of. This needs to come down, this needs to come out. When you bring this out, you should be able to bend this down fairly easy. Fender trim, and yeah, once we get that fender piece, if we get the body work out to where it's close, we ought to be able to put the fender piece up against that and just, and just match it up. This side, everything's good. We do have some issues engine wise. We got a leaking valve cover, a squeaky belt. So we'll have to address those. We may have a coolant leak somewhere. I can actually smell a little bit of coolant, so I think we have a coolant leak. And the stereo's kind of The front speakers are blown, and the power door locks are not working up front. You hit the lock and unlock, it locks and unlocks the gas cap, but that's it. Nothing else. And you have to have your key in the ignition to open the trunk. So, not quite sure what's going on there with the locking system. You can lock and unlock the door right here, but it does not lock the other side when you do it. So, I'm thinking the motors might be shot in both the doors, the lock motors. Besides that, his tire's a little low. It does have like brand new freaking tires on them, whole way around. I need to get a light. Yeah, pretty freaking good tires. Precision Touring. Woo! What are they? Firestone tires. So, yeah, not that bad of a car. It's in really good shape for the year. Fairly low mileage for the year. Pretty freaking nice. So it appears we're going to be doing some maintenance items on this thing. I mean, these have a timing chain, and unless they're making noise, they're fine. So that's not anything we need to worry about. We do need an inner fender, a headlight, and looks like something is missing over here, that trim's just hanging like that. I haven't figured it out yet. But I tried like just curling it down around there. It just doesn't seem right. May just be somebody put a different seal on. I have no clue. There is an ABS light on this thing. I don't know that there's actually an ABS problem. We do have a low tire, which is a low tire light, which is this one. But like I said, valve cover is, you can see it's very oily there, back in there, and very oily back around the back, which goes down onto that heat shield down there. Over here, right there is some coolant down there on that mount. It looks like right there where those 4 lines are right there, one of those lines is leaking. Power steering looks like this crimp line on the bottom of the power steering may be leaking. It's oily, and that's just like a squeeze connector. I do have pliers to tighten that up, so we may do that. Also appears that there may be a crack in the coolant bottle, if you can see that right there. I don't honestly know if that is a crack. It looks like it is, so we'll have to fill this thing up, see if that leaks. But really, looks like all easy items to take care of. Valve cover doesn't look bad. I mean, nothing really looks bad at all, like to work on. Only the worst part about it is the bolts in the valve cover look rusty. There's some pretty rusty ones, so that's the worst part about this. But everything looks to be pretty straightforward. Everything looks good. The suspension, none of the suspension looks damaged. The aprons aren't bent. It's basically just plastic parts and seals and stuff. I'm thinking we're gonna put speakers in it, in the front doors. Also maybe a stereo. I'm thinking a single DIN Bluetooth stereo, like I put in all of them. If not, I might put a double DIN touchscreen in it. I just haven't decided yet. Alright, pump the tire up. It's missing a cap on this one. That's the one that was leaking. So I think I have an extra one laying around. I just noticed this thing has the color of it wrote on the apron here. Chili red. Another thing I want to do. Like I said, these wheels are powder coated white. I think they're like bright white, like the roof. So I'm gonna grab some cleaner and see what these look like. So the wheels are powder coated white, cleaned up, look fairly nice. Match the mirrors, and I wiped down the roof because it was dirty. This thing actually looks pretty sharp. It's a nice looking little car. Now, and the red's not even cleaned right now. Nice. Went ahead and polished a headlight. Look at that. Oh my. Wipe the hood down. The hood has some dents in it I didn't notice. I do now. And some touch-up paint right in here. Like, the paint's actually really rough right in this center area. Like, the clear coat is not there. Plus, like I said, there's a dent there and a dent there. And it's just, the paint right here, as you can see, is just not that nice. I'm gonna try to color sand it with 2500 real quick and buff it and see if it brings it shine a little bit more. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but I just want to see if that will help that. That did really help. I just wet sanded it with 2500 and then used my polish on it, and the spots I hit really good. It actually did put a nice shine on it, but it's still, as you can see, it's still rough. It's almost like the clear coat was shot on this bad. It's real splotchy looking right now. I'd have to really go over it, and the whole thing is going to be sanded and re-clear coated anyways when I take it to get it painted from Jerry. So it's really not even worth the time of touching that, because he's going to re-clear it. It'll look good. Okay, so this is going to be your new car, and we're going to sell the Camaro. I guess that's a no. So anyways, yeah, kind of excited for this one. I think that's a really nice car. I'm starting with a nice base. You know, very clean inside. I like that. It's a lot less work for me. Putting this thing on the back burner for now, because we need to finish this thing before we do that thing. So in the next episode, valve cover gasket is going on this. I still have not received anything else. I don't have my sway bar bushings. I don't have my headlight, but I got the bumper, and I think it's too cold in here to be spraying, so I might have to bring a heater out or something. But I plan on priming that, scuffing it and priming it. So and I don't have that little cap that goes in for the tow hook yet, so I have to wait until it gets here. But the sooner I can get that to Jerry's and get the fender done and get it to Jerry's, I want to go to the junkyard, which might happen tomorrow, to see if I can find the pieces that goes in the back bumper, because I'm not really doing much with the back bumper, but I'd like for it to fit right, and the sag and gap that we have with it is just not acceptable at all in my book. That just looks like crap. I don't want to buy new ones, but I mean, need be, I'm gonna have to go that route. So I mean, if that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do. I still haven't got this junk off, which that'll be next, and then window tint, and yeah. So still, we got lots to do now. I always do this. So Unwrecked is back. 2 main projects in unlimited time. They unlocked my account. I can bid. We're good. Everything's good. People over there are so nice to me now at this undisclosed location. And that's going to be the end of this episode. So if you haven't yet, click on my Teespring thing below the video here or on the side. I have merch, t-shirts, beanies, sweatshirts. The sweatshirts are nice. Don't weld with these on. That's a good tip. I got holes in both of mine. But if you enjoyed this episode, stay tuned, because I don't plan on stopping any day soon. So like, share it with your friends, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Unwrapped.